Good morning. This is the Town of Hempstead Board of Appeals, August 5th, 9:30 a.m. meeting. Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. United States of America. Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
I do. Good morning. This is the Board of Zoning Appeals for the Town of Hempstead. I'll give you a brief overview of how the proceedings are conducted. When we call the calendar, we will first call for any adjournments. If there are adjournments, we'll dispose of those cases first, and then we will get into if there are none, or we finish with that, we'll go into the hearings. The hearings are conducted in the following manner. The applicant will be given the opportunity to state their case. If there are any objectors, they then will be given the opportunity to voice their objections. And finally, the applicant or their representative will be given the opportunity to sum up. In terms of evidence that we accept almost anything. This is not a court of law. We're very liberal in terms of what we will accept if it's pertinent to the case. But once we close the hearing, there will be no further acceptance of any evidence at all. We'll accept everything except photographs that you take on your cell phone, unless you want to leave the cell phone with us. The proceedings are videotaped. They're archived. You can refer to them in the future. We do have a court reporter here, and we would ask that people don't attempt to speak over each other, primarily because she can only take down one person at a time. I believe that's all I have to say. And Patrick, if you would be so kind as to start the calendar call.
Mr. Chairman, we do not have any applications for adjournment this morning. First, we'll be calling case 39826, Belmore, Chamber of Commerce of the Belmores Amusement Rides Special Event, duration September 17th, 2026 through September 20th, 2026 with tents. Rain dates October 15th, 2026 through October 18th, 2026. Northeast corner, Center Avenue and Sunrise Highway, also known as Town of Hempstead parking lots B2, B3, B6, and B7. Please raise your right hand. Sir? You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Robert Saylor, 2700 Penn Avenue, Belmore, New York.
Morning.
Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. Richard M. Bavone, 308 East Meadow Avenue, East Meadow, appearing as the agent for the Chamber of Commerce of the Belmores, requesting special event for the following days. The event would be held Thursday, September 17th through Sunday, September 20th, 2026, Hours of operation for the event are as follows: Thursday the 17th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Friday the 18th, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday the 19th, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m., Sunday the 20th, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. We also have rain dates this year, Thursday, October 15th through October 18th, 2026, if needed, and the times of the event would be the same as what I stated for hopefully that the event will go forward. All music will cease at 10 p.m. The location of the event is town parking lots B2, photographs, crafts fair that they have located on Sunrise Highway and Bedford Avenue, parking lot B7 being used for handicap parking, parking lot B6, which is Bedford Avenue and Belmore Avenue, be used for children's rides, and B3 will also be parking. There will be 18 rides, ample portable toilets on site. In addition, on-site security and sanitation provided by Blue Sky Amusements, and Nassau County PD has been notified. They issued a letter which has been submitted to the board. That letter was dated June 4th, 2026, indicating that they have no objection to the event moving forward. Also, anybody that is going to be part of the security will have some type of a vest identifying them as security for this event. An application was filed with the General Services of the Town of Hempstead. Town Board also granted TBR 667 2026, which has also been submitted to this board. Building Department applications and Town Clerk applications have been filed. Also, Nassau County Fire Marshal's Office application has been filed for the tent permit, and also Nassau County Board of Health food services will be provided by those licensed food service vendors. Town of Hempstead Sanitation has also been notified in reference to the dates of this event. There will be no gambling at this event. Prior to the event opening, New York State Department of Labor inspectors have to visit the site and actually inspect the rides for Blue Sky Amusement to make sure that they are compliant with labor requirements, and they issue an approval, and we are respectfully requesting an approval from this board.
Did you mention music, Mr. Bavone?
He did.
Yes, end at 10 p.m.
He said 10.
I was just curious, but now it's becoming clear the Kids Expo is what's in B6, right? Because first I thought, well, how could the carnival be spread out, but it looks
Right,
like
it's
that's
spread out over the years. It's the same that we've been doing each year.
right.
The layout has been the same.
And then in B7 is just the handicap parking.
That'll be handicap parking, yes.
How many years has the chamber been doing this?
30 years, 32.
30 years.
Came in early on the application. Very, very nice of you. You listened to what we said last year. Didn't wait until the last minute. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I make a motion on case 398-26, Belmore Chamber of Commerce, special event be granted as requested.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Have a nice event.
It's a good event.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have a great day.
You too.
Next, we'll be calling case 39926, Oceanside, Robert Litt, renewal of grant to maintain a 6-foot-high fence, also known as 3382 4th Street. Mr. Chairman, we do have an application for an appearance waiver on this.
It's a residential case, and we will grant the appearance waiver. This is a renewal of a grant. The building department inspected the property on May 15th of 2026, and they found that all conditions previously imposed by the board are being complied with. Do I have any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I would just move, Mr. Chairman, that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. The applicant will be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, we'll be calling case 426, Wantaw Hassett Lincoln Mercury Sales Incorporated, renewal of grant to maintain one double-faced detached illuminated ground sign, overall size 120 square feet, overall height 18 feet, setback 5 feet from Sunrise Highway, also known as 3530 Sunrise Highway. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. My name is Lydia Jimenez. I'm from All In Permit Consultants. I'm here on behalf of Hassett Lincoln Mercury for renewal of the sign. My address is 71 Hanrahan Avenue, Farmingville, New York, 11738.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm just curious, two other people signed in favor. Are they with you? And do they need to speak or no?
If they would.
No, we don't need them to speak,
Okay,
but
no.
did they come intending to speak?
No,
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
we're here to renew the double-phase pylon sign at the sign.
Okay. So the building department inspected the property on June 3rd, 2026, and they also found that all conditions previously imposed by this board are being complied with. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir.
Okay, any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I would move, Mr. Chairman, that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Each of you who have signed in will receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Next, we'll be calling case 40126, near Bethpage, Wantoa LLC, renewal of grant to maintain one double-face illuminated ground sign, overall size 288 square feet, overall height 25 feet, setback 5 feet from the front property line and on-side property line, also known as 386 through 408 North Wantoa Avenue. You swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Alan Palevsky, 337 Washington Avenue, Cedarhurst, New York.
Good morning.
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 All right, so this is also a renewal of a grant to maintain a sign. The building department inspected this property on June 3rd, 2026, and they found that all conditions previously imposed by the board are being complied with. Would you like to add anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Belevsky, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second. All in favor? Any opposed?
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Could you give this to Pat? I can't log on.
Next, we'll be calling case 40226, Elmont, Adenike, and Atagoki Bamgaboy. Variance rear yard, construct second floor addition partially open below attached dwelling, also known as 1331 Star Avenue. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I think you're all perusing that, so I'll wait. Okay. My name is Paul Batra, 2145 7th Street, East Meadow, 11554. Appearing on behalf of the owners, the Bangboy family, for the property at 1331 Star Avenue in Elmont. We're requesting a single variance, a rear yard variance to build a second floor addition over an existing footprint with an open up patio, an open covered patio below. I'm sorry?
Excuse me, would the client agree to a condition that that open patio remain open in the future and not be further enclosed?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're putting a second story on that's open below, how is that within the footprint?
I'll read what I have here. It is within the footprint. We're a little over on. I'm just going to explain the where we're looking for the variance was the rear yard setback.
I'm just saying, because if I'm putting a second story on and it's going to be open below, then there's nothing currently there. So how would that be over the same footprint?
It's built right within the setbacks that are currently in place.
Well, that's a different matter.
Yeah.
I want to start with this project we're not expanding the footprint of the house into the rear yard where the building already sits. The relief we're asking for is vertical. The ground floor beneath the addition stays open. The lot itself is undersized, 5,915 square feet against the 6,000 required. That's not something the owners created. It's a legal non-conforming lot from a 1919 subdivision. In fact, this board granted a side and rear yard variance on this very lot in 1985, and I have that decision with me today. On every other measure, this project is a good neighbor. Lot coverage is 31.4%, well under the 35 allowed. Height is 26 feet under the 30 permitted. The side yards are more than double the code requires. The only dimension out of compliance is the rear yard. That's because the second floor sits above the rear yard patio, which is the question probably you're asking. This will remain a single-family home. The owners are happy to accept a single-family covenant as a conditional approval. We believe the benefit to the family clearly outweighs any detriment to the neighborhood, and we respectfully ask the board to grant the variance.
The portion that you're here before us, I understand, it's not where there's any house now, but you're not gonna go back any further than the 18 feet that.
Correct.
Okay, are you also at this time putting a second level on some other portion of the house?
No.
Okay, because it's not clear from the site plan. Okay, and what's in the basement? Have you been to the house?
Yes, it's just storage. There was an illegal kitchen in the basement, and it was removed before these owners took over, before they closed. So the previous owner had built an illegal kitchen, which was removed before the Bang Boys took it over.
So it indicates here there's a finished basement with a bath and the outside entrance. All that stuff's still there though, but that's permitted.
Correct, it's all permitted, correct. It's on the certificate, everything's on the certificate search.
And the kitchen's not, you have been down there or you haven't?
Yes, there's no kitchen, and the owner is here to verify that.
Well, as long as you've been down there and you can.
I have.
You can attest to that.
I have.
I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move, Mr. Chairman, that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You and the other individual who signed in will receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
It's got an open permit.
Next, we have cases 40326 through 40426, Woodmere, Moshe Rabin, and Kaya Evagui. Variance side yard, construct second-story addition attached dwelling. Variance front yard average setback, maintain enclosed porch attached dwelling, also known as 846 Peninsula Boulevard. Please raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat. State your name and address for the record.
Moshe Rabin, 846 Peninsula Boulevard, Woodman, New York, 11598.
Did you get that? Could you speak a little louder, sir?
Moshe Rabin, Moshe Rabin, 846 Peninsula Boulevard, Woodman, New York, 11598. Sure. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. We're here today to seek relief for a couple of variances in relation to a rear dormer. We are in need of more space. We just had a baby 8 months ago, and we are trying to fit the rear dormer. So the first variance is in relation to the side yard setback. On the second floor, we wanted to just stay in line with the house. The side yard setback is slightly under. So we're just looking to go all the way to keep in line with that. And the second variance is for the maintain permit for the front of the house, the front entryway and the front dormer.
So this is very small, so pardon me if I get this wrong, but the side yard setback variance, is it just that little tiny piece?
It's that little corner, yeah. But we're trying to maximize the use of the space we have. So that little corner would make a big difference inside to the whole bathroom without having to move the whole project.
So the house previously jetted in tiny bit?
No. We're going out
Why doesn't the
a foot or
rest of-
two past where the house is currently.
Why doesn't the rest of the side need a side yard variance then?
That was built before. That was built in 1951.
And so the side yard you're required to have over there is 5?
5 feet, correct.
And you're proposing 3.9, is that correct?
We are currently at 3.9, yes.
At that spot. Oh, I see the property line angles slightly.
Correct.
And then on the rear yard variance, pardon me,
The rear yard, we're fine with space.
hold on, I'm a little slow.
No problem.
So you're proposing 3.9 instead of the 5, and it's only for that tiny section.
Correct.
What about the portion that's 4.35? That needs relief also, it's right near it.
They just told us we need the variance for the new part that's being built.
Okay, and then on the rear yard, let's see what you have here on your chart. Sorry, I'm trying to,
Modest.
where's the, oh, here it is. On your rear yard, second level, you need 25, and and you have now 35.36.
Yeah, we're fine on the rear yard setback. It's just the side.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant front. I was gonna say you don't need, on the front is just that portico, right?
Yeah, it's like a front entryway that pretty much all the houses on the block have.
Sure. And the average in that area is 22.2, and you're providing 20.38, so like a foot and a half.
Correct.
Right. Any other questions from the board?
Yeah, so my architect actually emailed the office and she said, make it whatever size you want. And sure, not a problem.
Yeah, I forgot.
I'll pass the message back to the architect.
Yeah.
Either that or we need you to bring 7 of each.
Sick, right, that's right.
Sure.
Any other questions from the board? If not, can I have a motion?
I move, Mr. Chairman, that the hearing be closed. The matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Rabin, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any
Have a nice
opposed?
day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gail.
Thanks.
Next, we have case 40526 through 40626, Levittown, Mohammed F. Dewan and Salma Akhtar. Variances, front yard average setback, side yards aggregate, construct second floor addition, first floor addition, and roofed over porch, all attached dwelling, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 55 Stonecutter Road. Everybody, please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, good morning.
Morning.
Bernard Rogers, architect. My office is located at 2150 Wantagh Park Drive, Wantagh, New York, 11793. I'm before you this morning representing my clients Mohammed Dewan and Salma Akhtar, the owners of 55 Stonecutter Road, Levittown, New York, 11756, Nassau County Tax Map, Section 46, Block 432, Lot 14, with case numbers 405 and 406. My clients are proposing a first and second floor additions to their, along with a front roofed over porch to their Levitt Ranch, along with a request for a mother-daughter residence. Case number 405 is for area variances for the additions. We are seeking relief of required side yard aggregate of 15 feet. We are proposing a side yard aggregate of 12 feet at the front building wall of the house. My client's property is a trapezoidal shape, which is narrower at the front. Our request of a 12-foot aggregate only exists at the front of the house. The aggregate enlarges to a code-compliant 15.2 feet at the rear of the house. We are also seeking relief of front yard setback. The required 200-foot front yard setback is 33.9 feet. Our proposal provides a setback of 32.8 feet to the house and 26.8 feet to the roofed over porch. I'd like to note that my clients would have no issue with the condition that the roofed over porch never be enclosed, to be added as a condition for the granting of the variance. Case number 406 is our request for a mother-daughter use permit. The occupants of the house will be Mohammed Dewan, his wife Salma Akhtar, and their son Dewan Sadiq on the first floor, and Mr. Dewan's mother, Shasum Nahar Begum, on the second floor. My clients understand the requirements of the mother-daughter residence, and they have received and are possession of the mother-daughter residence fact sheet. They know that the house must maintain the outward appearance of a one-family dwelling, that there is to be only one electric meter and one water meter, one doorbell and one mailbox. They are aware that this permit must be renewed every 3 years, and if there's a change of occupancy or if the house is sold, the second kitchen must be removed. My clients have spoken to their 2 next-door neighbors and discussed our proposal. Both have said they have no issues whatsoever. We feel our proposal conforms with the aesthetic of the block and of the area. We feel that if approved, it will have no adverse effects on neighboring properties or the neighborhood in general. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank you very much for your time and consideration with hearing our request.
Do you know what the lot area occupied is?
I believe it's under 30.
What is it?
I don't have that exact number.
I don't either.
Did you find the BAR? Okay.
Not either.
Give me just a moment. Here's that. Pardon me, I'm trying to find a certain document. Take whatever. No, found it. Just for the record, whenever there's an immediate family or mother-daughter residence application before the Board of Architectural Review reviews that application to determine whether or not the dwelling is suitable to be used in that fashion and suitable to revert back to a single-family dwelling at the cessation of such use. When the Board of Architectural Review does so, they often make recommendations to the applicant and to us it's oftentimes take out that door and, put cheek walls or, remove this, remove that, second door, whatever. And we give you an opportunity to tell us why that might be a problem or overly burdensome, either because it's a safety issue for children or pets, or it's unduly expensive, costly. So in this case, the Board of Architectural reviewed this application and has found that it is suitable and restorable to a single-family dwelling at the cessation of this use, with the caveat that there be no illegal occupancy or a second kitchen. Or a second kitchen after the cessation of the use. So there's no recommendations that you need, but I need to put it on the record. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Is there a basement in this house?
No, it's 11 Ranch.
Yeah.
This is what are they proposing a rear attachment?
Okay, it juts out on the front.
So the roof,
This is the roof over. But that outside of his neighbors.
Sliding glass doors. Sure.
Okay. And should we get, wait, should we? Okay, so Stephanie, let the record reflect that we discussed that it looks like there was an oversight and the applicants also need a lot area occupied variance for the work, the physical work they want to do on the premises. We're going to go ahead and take all the testimony now as it relates to the mother-daughter application, which we've, I think, mostly done. And then what we're going to do is put that, we either decide that or put it on reserve, but we can probably decide that case. That may still hold you up on the other case. Then you're going to need to re-upload your plans, have your architect re-upload the plans to the building department with the lot area occupied. As soon as they're uploaded, maybe you can call your architect and let him know. Call the plans examiner, let him know. They'll re-review them quickly. We're assuming you're going to get kicked out on the lot area occupied. Then you need to call our office so it can get set up to renotice, because that wasn't noticed, so we can't, as you know, hear it today. And that way your clients won't have to come back in, okay?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, so as it is for the mother-daughter, I think, is there anything else you wish to add about that? Okay, I did it. Okay, so let me just see if the board has any further questions. Are there any other questions from the board? Okay, if not, is there a motion?
I move that the case 406, well, actually, all cases be placed on the reserve calendar pending the resubmission, and you've been advised that it will require probably a lot area occupied.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. All right. All right, folks, have a nice day. Hey, Vinny? One thing.
Thank you.
I'll take a look at the doors. Okay, let me see here. You're gonna kill your back leaning over. That's why I try to hand it. Oh, Miss Pangallo, we haven't seen you for a while.
Next, we'll be calling case 40726, Merrick, Carlos Grulon, and Crystal Tenio. Variances, side yard, rear yard, construct two-car detached garage, demolish existing detached garage, also known as 51 Kensington Avenue. Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Tina Pangallo, 549 Hempstead Turnpike, West Hempstead, New York, 11552. Good morning.
And Pangallo.
Yeah. Well, now you know why I haven't been here. I've been at the beach. Tina Pangallo. Oh, I said that already, right? Yeah. I'm representing Carlos Grullion and Crystal Tenio of 51 Kensington Avenue, Merrick. The property is located in Residence B on the southwest corner of Kensington Avenue and Surrey Drive, requesting a variance to demolish the existing detached garage and construct a two-car detached garage. The side and rear yard setback required is 5 feet, and the side and rear yard setback proposed would be 2 feet.
Ms. Pangallo, it
Yes.
looks attached.
Is the
Oh, no,
garage
I see.
attached?
That's a different square. There are
Oh, on the
other
plot
lines
plan?
that make it look like the square is where the words are, but it's actually, I see now.
Okay. The existing garage was built in 1946 under 19-5822. That is an 11 by 24 detached garage that has a 2-foot side yard and 2-foot rear yard setback. The homeowners would like to demolish that garage and replace it with a 20 by 20 2-car garage and keep the existing setbacks. The plans include the garage to be fire rated to meet New York State Building Code. Because they are on a corner piece of property, setting the garage at the 2 feet gives them a little more yard space for entertainment. I would like to submit letters from 5 neighbors indicating they have no objection to the board granting these variances, and we're respectfully asking the board to do so.
Hold on, Ms. Pangallo. So the detached garage has 2-foot side yards and 2-foot rear yard, and you want to keep them that?
That's correct.
Those 2-foot side yards comply with the ordinance? Yes?
On a corner, it has to be 5 feet.
Oh, corner, that's right, you're right.
It's a corner.
Did the prior ones have variance relief, or were they just a non-conforming?
I guess at the time was it 2 feet? Because that didn't need a variance, the original garage. Is that right, Vinny? In 46, 2 foot was okay on a corner? I don't know, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, a variance wasn't required for the original garage.
Okay. Is there anything else you wish to add?
No.
Are there any other questions from the board? If not, is there a motion?
I move the hearing be closed, the case placed on a decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will be notified. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Ms. Pangallo. Is that your only one today? Yes. Yeah, back to the Tandem Beach.
Next, we have cases 40826 through 40926, near Beth Page, Joseph Bala, special exception to construct second accessory structure, pergola, special exception to construct third accessory structure, shed, larger than permitted and exceeding horizontal maximum, also known as 9 Boone Street. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Hey, Joseph Bala, 9 Boone Street, Bethpage, New York.
Good morning, sir. You're here for a pergola and another shed. What's the first accessory structure?
A little 8x8 shed that's already done. The permits closed on that. So
Okay, so that's why you have
a little
second and
lawnmower
third.
and gardening.
And you need a special exception for each of them because they're not the first one.
Yes.
And you have, you need larger and horizontals on the shed.
Yes.
So maybe just give us the numbers.
The shed in the back is the 12 by 24.
That's the third structure, right?
Yeah, I guess so. The third structure.
1 second. And the size, overall size of that shed?
Yes, 12 by 24 and 9 feet tall.
Yeah, you don't need height. Let me do the math. Because you also are allowed to have 144 square feet. So let me just, and we need the numbers on the record. So let's see. So the overall size of that one is, it's a rectangle. There's no, it's 2 sides are 12 and 2 sides are 24, right?
Yes, yes.
There's not an odd shed.
No.
Okay, so it's 288 square feet versus the 144 that's allowed. And what is the first shed used for, even though it's already closed, because it affects what the third shed is used for?
The first one is for my lawnmower, gardening supplies, lawn stuff, trimmer.
What about the third structure, the second shed?
The second shed is going to have, actually I have like a kayak in the garage. That's like 21 feet and it's slim and it's taking up all the garage space. So this would be to fit that and my snow thrower and other things, so I could actually use the garage to park my car in it.
You put the 21-foot kayak on your car to transport it?
Yes.
Wow.
It's very slim. It's like a racing kayak kind of thing.
Oh, I see. And the pergola, is it open on all sides?
Yes, it's just a regular 12 by 12 pergola.
Okay.
Do you have any pictures of the property?
I uploaded the pictures.
I'll tell you what, I'm confused here because the pergola, is that on a deck?
It's on a concrete slab that was there already.
Okay, because you drew it, it's drawn out as though it might be on a, let me
It's
look
on,
at your plot plan.
yeah, it's on a,
So,
the concrete goes back there past the house.
okay,
That was there already.
so it's on grade, the proposed pergola is on grade,
On
yes?
the concrete slab that's there, yes.
Is the concrete slab elevated?
No, it's same level as the grass.
Okay.
May I
how
ask
about
you,
this shed in the
with
side
all of
yard?
those accessory structures, would you agree to a condition if we were to approve these? That the pergola never be enclosed, that it remain an open structure?
That's right,
No
correct.
sides enclosed?
No, that's fine.
Yes, you would?
Yes.
Okay,
Here, look.
turn yours
Do we have measurements? Do we have measurements on the shed?
Yeah.
What are they?
The only thing that needs measurement relief is the third structure, which is the second shed. It's 12 by 24, but it doesn't need height.
What's this shed?
This is his lawn mower stuff. This is his racing kayak.
Oh,
And this is
that's
an
why
open
it's that
pergola.
large. Got it.
Got a 21-foot kayak.
Mm. What was that? Pavement patio.
Okay.
Has to be moved back. That's what was proposed.
What do you mean by approval?
Can't be in the side
Oh,
yard.
so we're being told by one of our head plans examiners that the shed that has the closed permit, how did it get closed then, Vinny?
It's next to it, yes.
But it got closed.
Yes, it's over here, yeah. Like, it's just about behind, a little next to it. Oh, it's not, it is over here. Because I have the tree there that kept growing, so. Yeah. Oh, I get relief on it? Because I don't know how I'm gonna move that.
Yeah, I don't know how the permit got closed. It must have been an accident. Because apparently when it was approved, the shed, the location it was approved in was that it was to be moved so that it was no longer considered in the side yard. So it was into the backyard.
Yeah, but I had that little.
Did he get rear yard? You're in an interior property, right? So it's just at least. Okay, so what happens with that? We hold this on reserve?
In other words, there's no access for
I mean, I
emergency
don't know.
vehicle.
Take the whole thing apart, take it. I mean, I'm not a rich person. I can't afford to do all of this stuff. It looks perfect there. I don't know.
It's just not supposed to be there.
Well, the other thing is we could, given that the shed is on the papers and it's already got relief, it's already been, there's no issue of people knowing about the shed. It's been approved already. I feel like, and it's not, I feel like we could address it in this hearing without having to that.
It's on the plans.
It's on the plans. It's already got a closed permit because someone screwed up. Well, then they require to look at it. If it wasn't closed,
Close it out.
And it was never reviewed by the field.
Well, it must have, because all I can say is someone went back to close the permit and said it was okay where it is.
Final inspection, you know? So if it's closed out, it's closed.
I agree, and I think rather than make him reapply, we could address it now.
I think it's on the plans.
Yes, and people, it's not a closed permit.
Correct. I think he would have to pay his fee.
I don't even know if he should have to do that because it's not a closed permit.
We can't waive it.
Can't waive.
We don't waive town board fees.
He has- No, it's not that, it's not a closed permit.
Where it's located now.
Yes, and it's on the plans. So I'm okay from a notice
Yeah.
perspective. Anybody that had a concern about it,
Agreed.
we've seen
Okay,
it.
we all agree
It was
with
a
that.
permit that was granted as a
Okay.
right in a permit.
Okay, so we'll just make him pay
They
his
could have
fee.
seen it if it was noticed. I thought it was legal, that's why I didn't show up today.
But it's here for a shed also.
Yeah, no, I'm
So
not
I
worried
think
about
that
the
if they're
notice.
concerned about a shed.
We have adequate
And a
notice.
shed. It's two cases.
And it's a
Correct?
shed third, so we know, yeah, I'm fine with notice, we'll just have him pay his fee.
It's, the size is appropriate. It's under the.
Yeah, it needs no other relief.
No height. Then I personally think he was.
We don't know whether it needs a height.
No, it
Probably
doesn't.
because it's been approved.
Yeah, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna need relief to keep the shed where it is, okay? But we don't wanna make you come back and go through a lot of stuff.
He was supposed to move it.
Because there was somehow a mistake in it getting closed as a permit. It wasn't, when it was approved to be moved back further. Now you have a tree in the way and it's been there for, how long has it been there?
But probably about a year something.
Okay, it's been there a year, plus the neighbors are all aware because you properly filed for 30 days, the plans to show the shed. It's not otherwise violative of the shed provisions, not too high, not too large, not a horizontal maximum issue. So I think what we're gonna do is, given that it's properly noticed and on the materials, you still are gonna need a variance to keep it there. So you're gonna need to pay the fee for a variance, but we're gonna consider it with this application so you don't have to come back again, okay? So you'll let him know. Okay, because he's gonna need a special exception
Yeah,
for it.
it's gonna be special exception to maintain accessory structure shed, not in rear
He's
yard.
got enough side, right?
That's, Vinnie said that it's just not in rear.
Okay, all right, so that's what we're gonna do, and our attorney's gonna walk you over to deal with that so that you don't have to come back, okay?
Okay, so everything's done here or?
Okay, but hold on a second. What we are gonna need is proper numbers for our decision about how many feet it is where. Right, we have to articulate its setback, 6 feet, and how far it is from the rear yard to pinpoint the location for the decision, correct? Can you do, we got that all taken care of? Okay. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, other than that, are there any other questions from the board? If not, is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Mr.
I
Pellegrini.
move the hearing be closed, not a place on the decision calendar. You'll be notified by mail the board decision once rendered.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, sir. And he agreed to no enclosure of the pool.
Next, we have case 41026, Belmore, Amy Tam and Jonathan Chin. Maintain pool equipment not permitted in the side yard, also known as 1418 Horseshoe Drive. Swear affirm. Take a seat and.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Gregory Mindel, 84 Bunker Hill Road, Salisbury, Connecticut, 06068. Hearing for the owners, Amy Tan and Jonathan Chin of
Hold on a second. I have to catch up to you.
Me too.
And I like to look at it on the little machine here. Mindel, was the pool issued a building permit?
Yes, it was, of course.
Along with the building permit issued for the pool, they also that included the equipment, pool equipment, correct?
Correct.
So somehow or another, your client decided not to put the pool equipment where it was approved.
When they were installing the pool, if you look at the aerial photograph that I submitted, you can see there is a window well for the basement on this dwelling. And the pool equipment was going to be pretty much on top of that window well. So they located it just adjacent to where it was originally approved at the corner of the house. Interestingly enough, air conditioning units are permitted in the side yard as long as they have a 5-foot setback. We have 6 foot to this existing pool equipment. Pool equipment averages between 45 and 55 decibels, where modern AC equipment averages 55 to 75 decibels. So pool equipment nowadays are quieter than actual AC units, which are permitted in that side yard.
So wait, I see where it is.
So
How far off of where it is was it approved? Over in that window
it was
well?
in that same corner, if you look at the aerial
I
photograph.
see the window well.
So the pool equipment was located just around the corner from where it was supposed to be in that side yard. Adjacent to that side yard is the neighbor's kitchen and garage. There are no windows adjacent to where that pool equipment is located. The pool equipment's maintained 6 feet from the property line, screened by a 6-foot high PVC fence. And as you can see in the photograph, almost every neighbor has an in-ground pool.
Where was it originally approved for? What was the location?
At that corner,
But on which
behind
side
the
of the
dwelling,
house? You said
on the
around
same
corner.
side.
No, because a minute ago you said it was just around the corner.
When you're facing the back of the house, it was at the rear corner on
Do
the
you have
left.
do you have a plot plan with you?
So it was rear yard by that window well, and then they moved
Yes.
it right around the corner, side yard
Yes.
by that window well.
Yes.
So if I'm looking correctly, on your plot
was
plan, it's
approved
just
over
2.2 feet,
And they moved it over there.
and there's a window well there.
Both of them have a window well, yeah.
Can I approach?
Sure. Come on down.
Originally, it was going to be right there.
Okay,
Right at
show
that
me on
corner.
this one.
Yeah, it was
Right there.
originally gonna be
Right there.
there, and they moved it there, just right there, right?
So this is the unit.
Yes. It just went from here to here.
Yeah.
There are no windows here on the neighbor's house.
Well,
The
it doesn't
neighbor's
matter
garage.
because you just told us it doesn't make any noise.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter where the
They also
windows
don't have
are.
to look at it, he means.
They don't see it.
So,
It's quieter than air
what is
conditioning
this?
units. That is the gas pool heater.
so this and this belong back here.
Correct.
Any complaints from the neighbors?
No,
What is this?
that is a pool equipment electric panel.
And that's attached to the building.
No, it's just on a post.
Here, there's a picture.
Sure.
And these have permits?
Here it is.
Aerial
There's the post,
I see.
and then there's the window well, and then there's the other two pieces.
Which house is this?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Here.
Everything
Does,
is maintained and excellent.
Do these air conditioning units have permits?
Here.
Of course they do. Brand new house.
Oh, okay.
The whole neighborhood is old. It's a newer development.
Oh, I know. It's mid-decade.
Who's that?
Shady. Not a shady project. Yeah. I have no further questions.
The conversation off the record was simply to clarify dimensions and setbacks.
Essentially, the property is maintained in excellent condition, as you can see by the photographs. Other neighbors have similar pools in the neighborhood. There have been no complaints to the existence of this pool equipment. That is essentially our case.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Mindell, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Check. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Have a nice day, Mr. Mindell. You got the next one or no?
Today?
What does he say?
So he's going home. He's got to come back.
Stephanie, you okay? Mhm.
Yeah, this is a big case.
Mhm.
Next, we have cases 41126 through 41426, Lido Beach, Robin, and Levia Elrich. Variances, lot area occupied, front yard average setback, side yards aggregate, maintained garage converted to living space, front entry platform, side roof over entry, second story addition, second story deck with stairs and shower enclosure, all attached to dwelling. Rehearing a case 46810. Variances, lot area occupied, side yards aggregate, rear yard, maintained pool deck with gazebo attached thereto, rehearing a case 46910, maintain relocation of pool equipment with less than required side yard setback and maintain 4 foot high pool enclosure, 5 foot high required, rehearing a case 47010, variance side yard maintain AC unit attached dwelling, rehearing a case 47110, also known as 939 Jerry Avenue.
Yes.
State your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Appearing for the applicant, Howard Avertine, 66 North Village Avenue, Rockville Center. This is the application of Robin Ehrlich and Levia Ehrlich for variances required in order to maintain existing conditions. The premises under application is located on the northerly side of Jerry Avenue, 447.11 feet east of Daniel Drive in Lido Beach.
Mr. Avertine, can you just remind us why it's a rehearing?
Excuse me?
The procedural posture, why it's a rehearing?
If you don't mind, I'll get to that in a moment.
Okay, fine.
I just want to give the property description first, and then I'll get into that. It has a street address of 939 Jerry Avenue. It is also known as Section 60, Block 83, Lot 8 on the Nassau County Land and Tax Map. The premises has dimensions of 60 feet in width by 100 feet in depth and is developed with a single-family home, decking, in-ground swimming pool, a gazebo, and fencing. This is a rehearing of cases 468 through 471 of 2010, which granted variances to maintain the same conditions as exist today with some minor exceptions.
Was that permit closed out? I'm still confused why it's a rehearing.
Because, well, I'm going to get to that. I haven't gotten there yet, Mr. Pellegrini. Just give me one more moment and I will explain that.
All right.
The owner of the premises in 2010 also owned tax lot 19, which is directly to the north of tax lot 8. Lot 19 is an irregular shaped lot, as can be seen on the radius map. At the time of the previous applications to the board back in 2010, lot 19 was combined with lot 8 and integrated into the application. I have copies of the approvals from 2010, and I also have copies of the approved site plan from 2010 depicting exactly what was approved at that time. And lastly, I have a set of photographs that were taken by myself last week, which accurately depict conditions at the premises.
Wait, so Mr. Avertine, are you saying that when all this was constructed, lot 8 and 9 were all part of the same lot?
What happened was apparently the prior owners, this had nothing to do with my clients. My clients didn't acquire the property until 2022. The approvals from 2010 were from a prior owner.
Right.
And so you'll see in the documents that I submitted with the approvals from 2010, there was a letter from the attorney at the time requesting that lot 19 be joined with lot 8, notwithstanding the fact the long strip to the north abutting the wetlands.
So your client now has acquired all of 19?
No, my client has acquired only lot 8, the 60 by 100 to the south.
Subdivide or something.
Right.
So,
one moment, Mr.
Hold on
certainly.
a second.
Well, no, from 2010. Yes, lot coverage and rear yard for the gazebo and the deck.
Howard, just a question.
Yes.
What happened to 19? It's still owned
Still
by
owned by the prior owner,
prior
to
owner.
my knowledge, as a landlocked piece of property. I can't speak to that.
Was it an oversight that 19 wasn't conveyed?
I don't believe it was an oversight. I wasn't involved in any of that, but I don't believe it was an oversight on the seller's part. I think they intended to keep it for whatever reason. I can't imagine what that reason would have been other than to try to sell it to my client or someone else along that area at a later time at
Mr. Averty.
for additional money.
I know you're not going to be able to answer this, but when your client was acquiring this piece, did they not get a survey which would have shown?
They got a survey of Lot 8 because that's what the contract called for. And the survey showed the property line and it showed some encroachments, but it didn't raise any issues regarding title or anything else because they were only buying Lot 8.
Mr. Everett?
Yes.
Okay, so your client is here for several variances, side yard, rear yard, side yard aggregate, front yard average, lot area occupied. But removing that small piece, I can see how that affects some things. But for example, I don't see how that would affect side yard. So my question is, was side yard already granted even when 19 was included?
Yes.
So side yard is before us again on the same number it was already granted?
All of the cases were reopened so that the board would get the full picture of
right. I just want to know what substantive relief were actually granted. Like if side yard was already granted in 2010.
The relief required, in addition to that which was approved in 2010, is lot area occupied because of the loss of that lot area.
Sure.
And the rear yard for the pool deck and the gazebo, which the gazebo is going to be cut back to a distance 6 inches south of the property line. The existing pool deck, the existing decking adjacent to the pool is 1.1 feet from the southerly property line.
Okay.
Those are what we are seeking to get approval for.
Okay,
1.1 feet rear yard for the pool deck, 0.5 or 6 inches feet. 0.5 feet or 6 inches for the gazebo once cut back.
Can you just tell me, I know the required lot area occupied. What was it when it was approved? And what is it now that lot 19 is not available? As to the rear yard, same numbers. So we know what the actual changes we're looking at.
Of course. So as the board is aware, the lot area occupied maximum permitted is 27.5%. Proposed is 44.73%. Approved at 28.44% with lot 19 in 2010. Similarly,
15% from that little piece sliver?
Long, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead with rear yard.
All of lot 19 was originally with this previous case?
Yes.
When you say originally, it was added, I believe, when the application was originally submitted by the prior owner, it included only 8. And then there's that letter that I handed up where they asked that it be added and it was incorporated. And if you look at the approved site plan from 2010 that I handed up as well, you can see that it included that oddly shaped rectangular parcel to the north.
But the changed numbers that you propose, Mr. Avertine, these changed numbers, and then I want you to give me the rear yard, are solely a function of removing 19. There are no changes that were made other than that. Like there's no structural changes.
That is correct.
Okay, so what is the rear yard change by the removal of lot 19?
There was no rear yard relief required previously. Okay. Now, with the lot line being the 60 by 100 lot, tax lot 8, we need permission to maintain a 1.1 foot rear yard for that existing deck. And we also need to modify the gazebo to remove a portion of it because it encroaches beyond that northern property line onto
So
lot
what will be the
19.
rear yard the gazebo maintains
It will
after
be
it's
6
modified?
inches that we propose to have after the cutback on the gazebo.
And they had no rear yard relief before?
Correct, because these are accessory structures and there was sufficient distance from the.
So what are they required on these two structures?
I'm sorry?
What are they properly required on these two structures?
They would require 4 feet.
Okay.
The requirement for the
So
accessory
that little
structure,
sliver was.
rear yard.
So other than the 15% on your lot area occupied, that's changed because you lost 19. And the, whatever it is, and you're gonna modify the deck, the gazebo. And so then instead of 4, you have 1.1 on the deck. Instead of 4, you have 6 inches on the gazebo. Other than those modifications that are solely a function of the loss of lot 19, there's no other new relief that we would be granting with this.
That is correct. The prior approvals for the air conditioning units, the pool equipment, etc., are all unchanged by what we're seeking today.
And what is the relocation of the pool equipment? That's part of that.
I think that was done in 2010.
Okay, so that's really what's before us.
Correct. It's only the loss of that lot.
And by the way, behind you is what? I see wetlands written.
Behind is obviously the lot. If you could see, I don't know if you've had a chance.
It says wetland.
Photos. I have it's dense brush.
So there's no neighbor either.
No, and beyond that is my view of it. It says on the radius map that it's owned by. Let me just find it.
Yeah, it says wetlands, and then it says Department of Education.
Back there. It's wetlands. It seems to be that's owned by the Department of Education.
How did your client come to discover that he did not own lot 19?
He told me the story about that yesterday, and so what happened was he was speaking to one of his neighbors. Apparently this was known in the community about this lot 19, and he says, "Oh, you bought the property, you got lot 19." He says, "What do you mean lot 19?" And he found out at that point that he was only sold lot 8, which is the 60 by 100, on which I believe the original building was built by itself. And then the prior owner acquired 19 for whatever purpose and decided to keep it when they sold lot 8. Why, I could not imagine. As I said, I wasn't part of that. That occurred in 2020.
What was the action of the buildings department? They issued permits, obviously. Were they revoked or?
I don't think so.
Suspended?
I think that they still might have been, may not have been closed out properly. But now what the applicant wishes to do by virtue of all this is just put their house in order, no pun intended, and get everything approved with proper COs for everything, cut back the gazebo and do what they have to do so that everything is as it should be.
Mr. Evertine, go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
So your client discovered this error, we'll call it an error, and he himself, they brought it to the attention of the building department, and that's why you're here today?
Correct. They retained the services of Mr. Greco, who runs city plans and permits, to get them legalized.
I dare say that if they sold this house, I would tend to think that if they sold this house in its current condition, the new owner would never find out about it.
That could be, but they did find out and they wanted to make sure.
Commendable that they did this.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Go ahead.
As it relates to the following items, the gazebo, the first deck around the pool, the entry to the side door with the roof over, the second deck, and the shower. If we were inclined to approve this, would your client agree to a condition that none of them ever be further enclosed? If they don't have a roof, no further roof. If they have a roof, no sides, etc.
They would agree.
Thank you.
I think they'd agree to anything at this point. This is a mess.
Close to it.
We're trying to clean it up.
It really boils down to a little bit of relief.
Yes, it's really, like I said, it's
luckily there's no
maintaining
neighbor back
existing
there.
conditions. Just that,
Well,
and
there is. The owner of lot 19.
And a bunch of these. Yeah, the owner of lot 19.
He can't do anything with that
Well,
lot.
let's see when he comes in.
no, it's not his lot to,
He's
No,
gonna
I
need a
mean,
lot of variances.
whoever owns lot 19, that's, what could they do with that?
the only thing they
Landlocked.
He should have offered to sell it to you guys for an amount that's
No.
cheaper than this.
well, that's the,
I mean, ex post facto.
well,
You could have saved all the legal fees.
That's my point.
so that's essentially,
I'm hearing litigation.
well, hopefully not. Hopefully we'll just get this squared away.
It's funny,
I have
Mr.
no further questions.
Mr. Ravatine, Mr. Pellegrini asked me how that could happen. And I've seen it on more than one occasion.
Yes, and you do, the genesis, I didn't research the genesis of how that lot came into being in the first place, but it's obviously a separate tax lot. And what would, make sense, in theory anyway, is you
Include it and sell it.
sell it to each of the abutting owners for a reasonable price and get it to the planning commission and get it subdivided.
Yeah.
And so it could be, integrated into the other folks' property. Otherwise, by itself, it has no value or usage.
Accessible from that
No.
Department of Ed property at all? Or
By
only
boat,
from the-
by boat, it appears to me. That would be it.
Oh, by boat it's
Interesting.
accessible?
Well, yeah, it. No, he's not. He's not.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Avertine, you and your clients will all receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Present an interesting case every now and then.
Howard?
Better than Height and Point Lookout.
No, Joe. Everybody on the west side of the block where I live has an extra 40 feet of land. And the reason was that additional 40 feet was owned by someone else at the time the properties were developed. The prior owner, before I became the owner of the property, he bought the 40. Everybody else bought the 40. All my neighbors bought the extra 40 foot. That's how we were able to get a pool in the yard.
Yeah, interesting.
It happens.
I see that.
Next, we have case 415 of 26, Inwood. Ms. Ifta or Hatora, variances, lot area occupied, front yard setback on Bayswater Boulevard, side yard, rear yard, variance in off-street parking to maintain 2 detached classroom trailers in conjunction with existing synagogue, rehearing of case 16623, also known as 44 Bayswater Boulevard.
Good morning. My name is Gad Ashuri. The address is 47 Apple Tree Lane, Roslyn Heights, New York 11577. I'm the applicant for this project that is in front of you. And hopefully and respectfully, we request zoning variances on the items that are on the drawings for 2 existing trailers. At this stage, I would ask Gavi, that is more familiar with the history of the trailers, to speak. And if you have any technical or general question as the applicant, I can answer you.
Good morning. Sure. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. My name is Gabriela Wilcox. I'm the filing representative for this matter, residing at 17 Hartwell Place, Woodmere, New York, 11598. Today with me is Gad Ashuri. He's the design applicant, as well as Rabbi Jacobson and Rabbi Hauer, who are the tenant. They don't expect to be speaking, but they are signed in. So if you have any operational questions, you may ask them. The application concerns the property located at 44 Bayswater Boulevard, Inwood, New York. The property is owned by the Jewish Community Center of Inwood and is now being leased to Mrs. Or Hatorah, that's the tenant. The building primary use is the community facility, including a synagogue. And then in 2021, the building department under Commissioner Jowitz for educational purposes, he approved that use. Before discussing the current request, we just want to give you a brief history. The board previously considered an application involving these same trailers in 2023. However, that application involved a different tenant and a different design applicant. It was granted.
So we approved the
Same two trailers in the same location for a similar use. Different design applicant and a different tenant. I don't have a copy of the decision. I have a copy of the plans that were approved. Yes.
So the prior grant you said 2023?
Yes.
That was temporary, permanent, what?
Temporary.
Okay,
I'll continue.
What was the length of time that grant was for?
For a year, for the academic school year.
Okay, and was it renewable or?
It was renewable if they needed an extension, but the idea was they should find a permanent location.
Wait, find a permanent location or build a permanent structure here?
No, not build a permanent, find a different location for their school.
And did that happen?
Yes.
And then what happened? So that went 23 to 24 school year.
Correct.
Then we got to 24. What happened with the trailers from 24 to 25?
Nothing.
And 25 to 26?
Nothing.
Okay, now we're at 26 to 27?
Yes.
And new operators want to use this facility for their education purposes or something? Okay, and maybe they can tell us later exactly what they want to use it for. So what on the prior grant, if they weren't renewed, were they supposed to be removed?
They were supposed to be removed, but also that prior tenant didn't file a permit. So that's why the variance didn't hold, because there was a certain amount of time, I think it's 4 months, that they needed to pull the permit, and they didn't pull the.
So the whole variance that was granted by the board is null and void because they never secured a building permit, nor asked for extensions of time.
Yes.
But I understand. So, but who owns the property?
The Jewish Community Center of Inwood.
But they never had the trailers removed? I mean, even if the others pulled the permit, it would have been for that 1 year.
It was for the 1 year. The agreement, I believe, was that the tenant was to remove the trailers.
Right, but still, they let them sit there for another 2 years.
And the tenant moved on to a new location.
Understood. So now a new tenant, are they here to have them for a year?
For the academic school year 2026 to 2027.
And are they planning to move on then?
They plan to move on.
Okay, and then do we know that they're actually going to be removed then?
So that would go to the landowner, because according to the lease that we have, there's nowhere in the lease that it says that the tenant is leasing it. They're not.
Okay, where's the landowner? Is the landowner here? Because we need, I don't know, we're going to have to figure it out, Christina. We're going to need someone who's responsible for the property to commit to removing them if we do in fact, because temporary trailers are supposed to be just that, not like, let's keep renewing them. Like they're either usually, we've been getting these lately and they're not ideal. But most of the people coming before us for them are religious institutions, and a lot in the 5 towns. And usually the idea is we can't afford permanent structure now. Can we put these here? And while we raise money to put a permanent structure that's, safe and meets all the other requirements of the building department. So the idea, we keep renewing these and then they sit empty for 2 years and let's do it again. I don't even know what the engineering stuff and the safety stuff is in terms of them being, attached and all the other safety requirements, fire and all that stuff. I assume the building department deals with that, but they are temporary and eventually they're gonna wear out too. So, okay, we'll have to figure out who the owner is, because she just told us their contract doesn't say they have to remove them when it's done. Does your contract say you have to actually pick up the permit?
Oh, no, of course we have to pick up the permit to do the work. I mean, they didn't add a ramp. There was no accessible ramp. They're existing right now, so we need to make it,
Is that on here?
Yes.
Also,
Do you represent the current owner of the property?
No.
The tenant?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the tenant is
The Aura has.
Jewish Community Center of
We have
Inwood,
the
Inc.
operator and the tenant
No,
representative.
the tenant,
But we don't have anyone for the owner here.
I'm sorry. The owner is the Jewish Community Center of Inwood, Inc. They're the fee owner.
Yes.
Yeah, and they are the ones who need the obligation to remove them.
Well, someone had better pick it up.
They put it off on the prior tenant, who was a temporary tenant anyway.
My ignorance, but is she allowed to represent the owner?
She's not representing the owner.
The owner, she's representing the tenant.
That's why I made the point that we're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, because she just mentioned that this is who's gonna be using the facility, and she's the agent.
And her contract.
Take the responsibility. It's not a big deal. And you can tell them to take the responsibility, get the approval.
No.
So we can take what you say more seriously. These trailers, so they were temporary trailers, they were put there, you heard 23. And what, if we approve these, what sort of safety inquiry does the building department need to make in terms of, I don't know how sturdy these structures are, not my business, but.
That's been the issue with them since they've been coming on, because
Sounds like the building department, I just want to make sure they're safe. And it sounds like the building department's got that covered with whatever they do. It's outside of my expertise.
Okay, no problem.
So go ahead and tell us the rest of your application.
So Mesivta Ora Torah, that is the.
Can you speak a little louder?
Sorry, move forward a little more. Mesivta Ora HaTorah looks to operate as a religious school. The existing building includes prayers, dining, offices, and other side uses. And it was designed as a synagogue. That's why there's no efficient space for classroom purposes, and that's why the trailer was put in at the same use as classrooms. For this reason, those two trailers were installed adjacent. They were actually installed in 2022, not 2023. 2023 was the variance. To allow for the classrooms. The trailers contain one classroom in each. They're side-by-side two trailers, accommodating a maximum of 20 students per classroom, while the main building continues to support religious and administrative functions like the dining. There's no residential uses or living quarters on the property. The school currently serves approximately 15 students. 15 between the ages of 14 and 15, with the anticipation of the following year up to 40. But again, we're hoping that they find a new location before that. The staff consists of 2 full-time administrators and teachers, together with 3 part-time instructors. Because it's religious and secular studies together, they occur at different times throughout the day. So only a limited number of staff members are present at one time. Students do not drive and are not permitted to drive to the site. As a result, the school generates little traffic demand. Staff parking occurs on surrounding streets and generally consists of no more than 3 vehicles at any given time.
Is the plan that this operator will only, are you asking for a 1-year grant or 1 year thinking that you might have to renew it for a year or two? Or are they literally?
No, they're looking right now currently for a permanent location. The idea for the school came about this year, so that's why sometimes you plan in advance, but this was kind of a quick turnaround in order to accommodate for this current academic school year.
Where were they before this year?
They didn't. This is a brand new school.
How many, can you give us the hours and the number of students?
So the number of students is 15.
Oh yeah, you gave me.
But the hours, 7:45 to 8:30.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll swear you in, sir.
Yeah.
Folks, do you mind raising your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, whoever's going to be testifying, please state your name and address.
Asher Jacobson, 4 Bunker Hill Drive in Howell, New Jersey.
And a little bit slower for her. Did you get it?
Sorry, Asher Jacobson, 4 Bunker Hill Drive in Howell, New Jersey. So
Oh, so were you moving here or?
I'm gonna commute the first year, and then I hope to, eventually I'll probably.
Say that again?
I will commute the first year, and then.
From Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, it could be I'll stay over. I have a family in New York area. Probably I'll stay over sometimes, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun drive.
Okay, can you tell us about how the school will operate? The hours and whatever else is relevant.
Okay, so the hours of operation would be, if you want exactly, would be Sunday 7:45 till approximately 2:30, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7:45 until 8:30 p.m. Wednesday would be 7:45 until 6:30 p.m. Friday 7:45 until 12 p.m. A short day.
Well, the others are quite long days.
Yes.
Okay, and we already know many students. Apparently there are 3 staffers who park around the area.
Yes.
You're asking for a parking variance. Can you tell us how many spots the building department determined are required and what you're going to provide?
16. We're not providing any parking because there shouldn't be any additional load, considering there's street parking for the maximum 3 employees, and there's no students that are allowed to drive.
Was there already a parking variance grant for the religious institution?
Yes.
And what was that grant?
That grant was for 33 parking.
So wait, the religious institution required how many?
33.
And what did you provide?
Under application number 201600724.
So the 16 you speak of
Yes.
is in addition to the 33?
Correct.
The whole premises needs, 49 spots?
Correct.
And providing 0?
Correct.
And I assume that the religious grant, parking grant to the religious institution was a function of, we often have, which is on the high holidays, Jewish people of Jewish religion don't drive.
Correct.
To the facility, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then, so the 16 here, I know the students aren't driving.
Correct.
And we have 3 staffers. Is that, is the religious institute, well, there will be some overlap on the educational and the religious given the hours. Well, maybe not. Saturday is no school, obviously.
Yes.
So that's the argument, that basically no one's driving to it except the 3 staffers.
Yes. Just a few more items, and then I can go through the breakthrough of the variance itself. So the use of the property is limited to educational and religious purposes. There are no extracurricular activities, no athletic programs or special events or uses associated with the trailer. And the relief requested today is permission to maintain the 2 trailers through the 2026 through 2027 school year while the tenant still looks for the long-term permanent facility. We understand the temporary nature of the trailers and are willing to accept reasonable conditions imposed by the board. And we would also accept any, we would understand that this is a personal variance, not associated or transferable to a different tenant. If it is okay with you and there's no other questions, I can go through kind of how the building is situated and also the variances.
Yeah, one thing.
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the operator's contract with the owner? Do we have that already?
Yes.
That's in our file.
It should be. I mean, it's uploaded.
If you have a copy.
Yeah, Christina, we're gonna have to figure out how we deal with the.
We should just take the responsibility ourselves. Let's just do it all here.
You have the copy.
It's like officially we'll take the responsibility. What do you think we should do? We should know what's going to have to adjourn it if we don't.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Officially, if they don't get another variance, the schools can just sell it off once we leave. That's what they plan on doing. They were going to do it this year. They were going to sell it off, except for the fact that we were going to do this. Maybe we can mention that if they makes them happy or not. They were planning on selling it off to the middle this year, if not for the fact that we came to the scene and we said we can use it. That's really.
May I ask you, to what extent, I'm trying to think through how we obligate the landowner to the provisions of this agreement when it's not really seemingly a party to this agreement or this grant if it's made. So my question, and that's for us to actually figure out, but to what extent is the landowner aware of the provisions of your request today?
They're heavily involved. I mean, they're the ones that have been signing all the documents. They know exactly.
Oh, hold on. Christina, they're signing all the documents you're filing with us?
Yeah, I'm saying they are the ones.
Christina, she's saying they're signing all the documents you're filing.
Meaning, yeah.
But what else? Like the application, for example.
If they filed the release consent form,
did they sign the application to the building department, the permit application?
What do you mean, do they sign? I mean, they're included, yes, they're included in that application.
But did a representative of the owners, well, how is, I don't want to get into how they're governed.
Sorry,
I don't know if there's someone who's authorized to sign on their behalf or if it needs to be a resolution or what. We'll figure that out.
I'll just mention one piece of information just regarding the landlord. My understanding was the landlord wasn't even aware of the illegality of maintaining the trailers afterwards. I think the tenant had primarily dealt with all the legalities and they left. The landlord wasn't aware. In the middle of this year, when we came to the scene and wanted to rent it out and we started looking into the legalities of the trailer, the landlord had realized that they were illegal and they were thinking about, but they didn't want it anymore. They said, we're just going to sell it off and get rid of it right now. They wanted to get rid of it.
Right, that's the.
I mean, I'm saying it wasn't like, I'm just explaining, it wasn't as if the landlord was trying to string along until they got the next tenant 2 years ago. They were, right, I'm just explaining. I'm just giving you a bigger picture.
But that's the problem that I'm pointing out, is that the landlord has to be, commit to and be aware of an obligation that if we grant this, unless you come back and ask for more time, and whether or not we're going to give it, I don't know. But you have an obligation within whatever, let's call it 60 days, to remove them. And just what you pointed out, they weren't, I'm not suggesting any malice.
Exactly, that's how I was explaining.
Just that it wasn't set up right. He's been sworn in. Can you say your name and address for the record? Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Robert Hauer, 306 Beach 17th Street, Far Rockaway, New York, 11691. Just one thing, about all this. I got a phone call from the owner, and the phone call went like this. We have 1 week to take the trailer out. We were told we have to take the trailer out. Do you still want to come and live here and do the rental or not? So I said, we will take responsibility to get the variances we don't own the trailers. They own the trailers. And they were told, they were ready to take it out within a week, they told us. So we have to make a decision. We looked into it. It cost a lot of money to get a variance.
Okay.
We went through a lot of work. But at the end of the day, for us, it was, it made sense that we should do it. So that's what's happening over here. In other words, so the owner knows he has to get rid of that trailer. He knows that already. He was about...
Okay. Did he say who was making him take him out in a week?
He got, I forgot what it was. So
maybe the building department is already...
Yeah, the building department.
Okay, well, that helps.
That's what I'm trying to explain, yes.
So let's let you give us the numbers so we at least get that done.
So the trailers are, let me just give also about the egress.
Yeah, and what I want you to do, if you could, is, for example, you need lot area occupied. Yeah. Tell us what's allowed and what you propose.
For sure. Okay, so the trailers are arranged side by side and they're adjacent to the main entrance. Egress is provided by stairs facing Bayswater Boulevard and by accessible ramp at the rear. The trailers internally are divided into classrooms with access to both the front and the rear exits. Windows are provided along the western wall of each classroom. The notice identifies relief for the rear yard, side yard, building area, parking, and front yard variances. The property is analyzed under Residence C district and is for this religious and educational use. Okay, so to go through the variances, the rear yard variance, a rear yard of 25 is required. Due to the corner lot configuration, the rear yard is measured along the side. The building was built slanted, so there's two different narrowing dimensions. The first one is 3'6" and the other is 4'1". The side yard is required to be 15 feet and the side yard provided is 13'5". The building area, the permitted approximately is 2,100 square feet with a 35% lot coverage. That is what's required. And the total building area provided is approximately 2,160.42 square feet. And that represents 36% lot coverage.
What's the zone you are there?
C, Residence C.
And then front yard.
And also, sorry, just I don't think I talked about the trailers coverage. So the trailers coverage on their own is 970.
Wait, I thought that's what you just gave us, 36.
30% altogether. I'm just to identify the trailers on their own, just so you have an understanding what the trailers is. 36 is the total that we're over from 35.
Trailers and structure.
Trailers and structure, but just to understand the trailers themselves, it's 970.77 square feet, which is 16% of them.
Yeah, we do percentages. Okay.
Yeah.
So of the 36 you propose, 16 of that is the trailers. Okay.
Correct, exactly. And 1% extra, correct, exactly.
Yeah, it's de minimis.
And we went through the parking. Should I go through the parking again, or?
I don't think so. One question.
And then the front is
the most significant is the rear yard setback.
Correct.
The most significant deviation. What's adjacent to that? Is there a home on the adjacent property?
One-story building.
Is it residential or a business?
Residential. Okay. And then should I go through the front? It's okay to start the front?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then along Bayswater Boulevard, the front yard is required 20 feet and is approximately 6'5" that is provided with a minimum dimension. As I told you, it's kind of graded with a slight slant. So the minimum is 6 feet. And the front yard along Elm Road remains compliant.
The front yard along what?
Elm Road. So it's two streets that it fronts and the other street is compliant. So in closing, the applicant respectfully requests approval to maintain the trailers on the temporary basis while the tenant continues its effort to identify and secure a permanent educational facility. We understand the nature of the relief and appreciate the board's consideration and are willing to accept reasonable conditions that the board deems appropriate. Thank you for your time.
Right.
One sec, Vinny, in a C zone, on a corner lot, it's 20 instead of 25? Okay, thanks.
Okay. We have some people who signed in opposition. Would either of you like to make a statement? Come up.
Oh, real quickly, is your client only planning to stay a year?
Yes.
Where's the radius map? Do you have a radius map?
Sorry. Good morning. My name is Gloria
You can
Vieira.
pull it down and speak as loudly as you can and slowly so that the court reporter has the ability to take it down.
Good morning. My name is Gloria Vieira, and my address is 262 Elm Road in Inglewood, New York, 11096.
Where's the subject? Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you'd like us to know.
This school has been like for few years, since 2023. And since then, like it's a dead-end street where we live, and it's very like congested with, the kids. Sometimes they play, they didn't play anymore, but when they started, they used to play a lot. And it was very congested with traffic. I just heard that they said they don't have activities, but before they used to have activities, and it was very crowded. So it's a corner of Elm Road and Bayswater, and so now they want to do like I think for us, for the neighbors, is very, we're concerned about the safety of everyone, not just the students, but the cars that come in and out. It's a very small street. It's a corner, and we're really concerned about that. I think some of the neighbors submit on the website their
Yes, we have
comments.
some of that.
Yeah, and as you can see, most of them they say the same thing.
So the safety issues that you are concerned with are safety that relates to the vehicular traffic.
Yes. And also, I just want to mention respectfully, when the kids were playing most of the time, in the summer or when they have the school, they were very, very disrespectful towards, the vehicles entering the street. Like I said, it's a very small street on Elm Road. It's a dead end. And I don't know if the teachers knew about it, but they were really mean about, to the people, so to the
But
neighbors.
the subject property, as you said, it's a dead end. And on your side, there appear to be 6 lots. And the subject property is at the beginning. So, and again, you say it doesn't go through. So I'm not really understanding how, obviously I understand that cars may come and turn around, I guess, but it's hard to see that it would be that much traffic going down your street when the destination that they're trying to achieve is on the corner before they even get down the street. Can you explain a little?
There's been a lot of traffic because I don't know if it's the parents or the teachers. It's like it's in the corner, exactly in the corner, and the school is right here. So this is one street, and this is Elm Road, where we live. He's the owner of the house where I live. So I really don't know how is this gonna work if they want, they want to do that permanent, and how the traffic is gonna be there.
They're not
sure.
asking to do it permanent. Obviously you know how it operated back, how many students did the prior operators have, if you know?
It was 40.
So the prior operators in 2023 had 40 students. Now, have you seen a difference for the year 2024 and 2025?
There was no one there.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what she's asking.
So there was one situation in 2023 to 2024 that had 40 students. Then there was no operator, no operator. Now they propose 15 students. So it is fewer students, but I'm just trying to ferret out if the issue you raise is actually related to the trailers or not.
It's mostly to the traffic, I would say, the congestion of the traffic that has always been there since 2023, I guess.
So it's been basically the same since 2023.
Well, right now the kids, I don't see many kids, but I'm saying.
But I mean, like, let's say last year.
Are your clients already operating
No.
the facility?
No. So like last year, how was it last year?
Same.
Huh?
The same. I mean,
Okay.
there's a lot of traffic, and like I said, sometimes they don't even park, in the right place. They just park the cars like we can't get in.
So given the fact that it was not operating for the last 2 years, it sounds to me like what is causing whatever it is you're experiencing is not this school classrooms. That's all. So what they're here for now is to ask us if they can have those 2 school classrooms, that trailer. It's the only thing they're here for. Can we keep that trailer for 1 school year? If we grant that and they want to do that again next year, they would have to come back because they're not asking to keep it. And the fact that it was the same last year and it was the same the year before when they weren't using those school classroom trailers, it leads me to believe it's not these trailers that are at issue, whatever it is. And not to say it's not going on, but it's not the trailers causing the problem. Because the trailers haven't been used for these last 2 years. They were used in 23.
All right.
So anyway, is
there anything else you'd like to add, ma'am? Okay, thank you. Anything else you'd like to
does
say?
that gentleman want to speak?
Does he want to speak as well?
No.
Didn't think so.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, ma'am? Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, that the matter placed on the decision counter. Everyone who signed in, all of you and you too, will also receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hold it up. All right.
That was good. I was thinking that the one setback there's a really tight setback on, I forget if it's rear or side.
It'll be back 2 o'clock.
It's yours.
Those were the people next door, but they're not.
Do you
No,
know disclosures?
the 3 houses were moved. Patrick, next case. You okay, Steph? All right, fine. We're gonna take it.
Next, we'll be calling case 463 of 10, Oceanside, Irvin Colorendro and Florin Socoli, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 3401 5th Street. Sir, please stand.
Yep.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth,
Yes.
and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Irvin Socoli. I don't know if it's on. Thank you. Hi, my name is Irvin Socoli. My address is 3401 5th Street in Oceanside, New York, 11572.
So,
Yes.
okay, you want to tell us, I guess this was already approved, is that right? Or it was just heard? Okay. And then can we just, you want to just, someone just want to, on the record, say why he's back here?
And the reason you're here is because you went through a change of name proceeding, is that
Yes,
correct?
I do have a copy of the name change here. This is for.
I have a copy of the order.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same people, but they changed their names?
Just me changed my last name.
No, but
Yes.
the same people who are living there now are the same people who were living there back in 2010. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
Are there any? All right, so at
So
that
is this
time.
the old name?
Mhm.
Can you?
That's the old name.
Say and
This is the
spell
new
your
name.
old name and then say and spell your new name.
Yes.
My
The
old
old name is Irvin, Ervin.
Okay.
Last name Collendrew, Koldreu. And the new name is Irvin, Ervin. And the last name is Socoli, Sokoli.
Right. And are there, see if we have it. So you live there, your wife lives there, her name is Alda,
Yes.
and she too has a different name from the name that was originally given.
Originally, yes, and she had a name change also in the same time as I did. And it's
what
filed with Nassau County also.
And the same thing with Patrick and Greg?
Patrick have their name since they were born, nothing has changed, and Greg is the same name, nothing has changed.
Okay, now what about Marie Colandrew?
Marie Colandrew is my mother. She lives in the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
She has granted the second kitchen, and it hasn't been changed. She's 86 years old, still
She's
lives.
still here. She's
Yes.
still there.
And
we
she
ha-
kept the same name.
Yes.
And then your wife, she changed her name, but was her name before it was changed the same as yours was before it was changed?
Yes.
It was Colandrew.
Colandrew,
Yeah, I
and
just
we went to
didn't ask
school.
that.
Yeah. Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add, sir?
We had an inspection done in June.
I'll get to that in a second.
But nothing
There
else.
was an inspection that was performed by the building department on June 5th of 2026. And the building department inspector found that all the conditions previously imposed by this board are being complied with. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
I'm sorry. Who is Florin Socoli?
It's my brother. He's part on the deed. He doesn't live there. He lives on Henrietta. He has his own residence.
Okay, because he was on the prior application.
Yes.
So he's still an owner also.
He's an owner. He's part of the deed. He's owner of the house. Yes.
Okay, so nothing else has changed. His name didn't change.
No.
All right. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Thank
opposed?
you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Next, we'll be calling case 34026, Levittown, Carlos Ruiz. Variances, lot area occupied, front yard average setback, side yards aggregate, construct additions, and portico all attached to dwelling, also known as 43 Clay Lane, as well as case 118926, Levittown, Carlos Ruiz. Special exception to maintain shed higher than permitted and with lot area occupied variance, also known as 43 Clay Lane. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, Gennaro Cozzolino, 2125 Deer Park Avenue, Deer Park, New York, 11729. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This is an adjournment from the previous hearing date back in July. We're requesting relief from the board to build a one-story front extension and one-story rear extension. The proposed additions require variances for lot coverage, requesting 34.43% from the now permitted 27.5%, a difference of 6.93%. A variance for front yard setback requesting 20.9 feet to the new addition and 16.9 feet to the new portico, from permitted front yard average of 30.75 feet, a difference of 9.85 feet and 13.85 feet respectively. Variance also for aggregate side yard requesting 14.4 feet from permitted 15 feet, a difference of 0.6 feet.
Sir, would you like us to consolidate and incorporate the testimony of the prior hearing with this one?
Please.
Thank you.
Proposed additions will comply with all other zoning requirements. We're also maintaining a shed that's higher than permitted. The shed current height is 9.5 feet from permitted 9 feet, a difference of 0.5 feet.
And is that lot area occupied of 34, what was it, 34 what?
34.43%.
And does that include the shed in this other case?
Correct. It included this shed, which we could have heard the case last time because it was part of the lot coverage. But
But you need the special exception.
nonetheless, yes. I have hardship letters from the owners, and I have a list of consent signatures from 10 out of the immediate neighbors.
The portico that you've requested, I'm not looking at it.
Yes.
Is it 4 walls and is it all enclosed?
No, it's an open portico. It's just 2 columns and a roof.
Would your client agree to a condition that it remain at all times as open as it is now?
Correct. We would condition not to enclose.
And the hardship that you have, not asking what the hardship is, but what does that hardship make you need?
Well, you need room to ambulate. And
Okay, so it's a hardship for the relief you're requesting.
Correct.
Not like need to answer faster.
Correct.
Any other questions? Does that conclude your
That is it,
presentation?
Mr. Chairman, yes.
Any other questions from the board?
Where it says maximum height on your zoning analysis, it says 17.58 feet proposed.
Yeah, it's a 1-story addition.
So it's getting lower?
No.
No, it's a 1-story addition. The height of the addition, the extension is 17.5. We're not building, we're not going up. There's an existing second story, which is the existing height. And then the 17, one second,
How many kitchens are in the house?
one kitchen.
And one proposed also?
No,
Have you been in the house?
yes,
And there's only one kitchen there now?
one kitchen, correct. Just enlarging the kitchen so the homeowner can get in and out safely.
Must be in a wheelchair.
Pretty soon. Wheelchair bound. He uses a walker now, but foreseeable future is going to need a wheelchair. That's why the bedrooms are widened, not added.
Makes sense. How many people live in the house?
Right now, it's the husband and the wife, and whenever their kids and grandkids visit.
It looks like you have an open building permit. Do you know about that?
I do not.
From 1994?
I'm not
It's for
aware.
constructing a 30.42 by 12.7 rear dormer. So just make sure you check.
Oh, okay. We'll take care.
Want the number
Sure.
on the building permit?
Sure, Mr. Chairman.
It's 1994-2791. Building permit 199402773.
We'll look into that. Thank you.
Okay.
The garage is a detached garage?
Garage is a detached with a roof over in between the typical Levitt house.
Would your client agree not to enclose that?
Not to enclose, absolutely.
So it's an attached garage.
Well, there's a
Breezeway?
Is it a breezeway?
breezeway, correct.
So it's attached now. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to do a new analysis on the setbacks though even. I mean, I don't want to, but
Well, it was all calculated.
yeah. We're just not, since you get a lot of air occupied, that's why I don't want to enclose that either. You know, it makes it, it's less impact of the lot area coverage. I have no further questions, John.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Cozzolino, you'll be notified by mail the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you so much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Good afternoon.
No.
Thank you.
I believe that concludes the morning calendar. We'll take a 5-minute break and come back and do decisions, because some of us can't do them this evening.
No?
Okay, of course, some of us have to be.
She's into it.
Okay. All right, decisions. Case 398 of 26, Belmore Chamber of Commerce to the Belmore Moores, that was granted from the bench. Case 399 of 2026, Oceanside Robert Litt, renewal of his sign. There was an application for an appearance waiver granted. Can I have a motion unless there are any questions?
I make a motion on case 399 of 26 Oceanside Robert List, renewal of grant to maintain 6-foot high fence be granted as requested, 5 years, fence conditions.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Case 400 of 2026, Wantor House at Lincoln Mercury Sales. It's also a renewal of a sign, one double-faced detached illuminated ground sign, overall size 120 square feet, overall height 18 feet, setback 5 feet from Sunrise Highway. Property address is 3530 Sunrise Highway. Can I have a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion on 426 Wantor, that we renew that for 3 years.
Sign conditions?
With same conditions, yes.
All right,
Yes.
second. All in favor? Any opposed? Next case, 401 of 2026, near Bethpage, Wantor LLC. Also a renewal of a grant to maintain one double-faced illuminated ground sign. Overall size, 288 square feet. Overall height, 25 feet. Setback 5 feet from the front property line on side property line and on the side property line. Property addresses 386 to 408 North Wantor Avenue. Any comments from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I move case 401 of 26 near Bethpage, Wantaw, 386 408 North Wantaw Avenue be approved as requested with sign conditions.
Second.
5 years, right?
Of course.
Second.
Yeah.
Second.
5 years.
Correct, 5 years, we got it.
Ms. Grace, you meant to say 5
5
years,
years,
right?
correct.
Yes.
For Hassett, it was 5 years, same condition.
Mhm.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Just do 401.
Yeah. Case 402 of 2026, Elmont, Adanique and Adagok, Bangboye, variance rear yard, construct second floor addition, partially open below, attached to dwelling. Property address is 1331 Star Avenue. I think the applicant agreed to a condition that the open area below not be further enclosed.
I move, Mr. Chairman, as it relates to case 402 of 2026, as you previously described it, affecting the property at 1331 Star Avenue in Elmont, be approved as requested with the condition you've stated, that is that the area below the new second floor addition will never be any further enclosed than it is on the current plans.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Cases 403 and 404 of 2026, Woodmere, Moshe Rabin, and Kaya Ezegui. Variance side yard, construct second-story addition attached to dwelling. Variance front yard, average setback, maintain enclosed porch attached to dwelling. Property address is 846 Peninsula Boulevard. Any comments from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Is that the one we don't cover the porch and close it?
That is it what?
It's to maintain an enclosed porch.
Yeah, it's an.
I move that case number
403 and 404.
404. It's Christina, she's throwing me off.
Okay.
And Woodmere, at 846 Peninsula Boulevard, and Woodmere be granted as requested.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Cases 405 and 406 in Levittown, 2026. That's Mohammed F. Diwan and Salma Akhtar. All right, we're going to put that case on reserve. All right.
For them to upload the new materials and.
He's gonna have to deal with the building department.
Right.
And then let us know.
Case 407 of 2026. That's in Merrick, Carlos Grulon and Crystal Teneo. Variances, side yard, rear yard. Construct a two-car detached garage. Demolish the existing detached garage. Property address is 51 Kensington Avenue. Any comments from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I have a motion, case 407 of 26, Merrick, Carlos, Grulon, and Crystal Tinio be granted as requested.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Cases 408 and 409 of 2026 in the Beth page, Joseph Bala. This is a special exception to construct a second accessory structure, a pergola, which will not be enclosed.
That was the one where we have the shed that we can consider that shed. He's gonna have to pay the fee, right?
He has to deal with the building department with respect to that aspect because the CC was inadvertently issued. So he has to deal with them first and then come back to us.
All right, so we're
he
gonna
is
hold
gonna have
it.
to come back then.
So,
We had decided that it was sufficiently noticed that we could.
He has to square that away with the building department first.
all right.
So should we hold this on reserve until he does?
Yeah, we're gonna hold it.
You should probably file a supplement, and supplement will be denied and require a variance.
Well, that's why we're gonna hold this on reserve.
He's got to deal with the building department.
Yes.
So should we reserve this?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Okay, so just make sure you note that no enclosure to the pergola for future.
Yes, remain open.
Should it be referred to the building department now?
We already did.
I spoke to him, I called the plans examiner.
Okay.
So we've done what we can.
Yeah, that's on reserve.
That, well done.
Yep.
Okay, case 410 of 2026 in Belmore. Amy Tan and Jonathan Chin maintain a pool equipment not permitted in the side yard. Property address is 1418 Horseshoe Drive. Do I have any comments from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I make a motion on 410-26 Belmore as requested.
Granted.
Yes. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 411 through 414 of 2026 Lido Beach. This was the one where the variance was granted and now it's missing lot 19. So the variance was granted with including.
Two of them changed, yeah.
Yeah, but there's been no change in the structures. The minor exceptions were really minor.
And the only thing is, the grant would be with the caveat that they have to make that change to the gazebo, which he said they would make.
They're gonna cut it back a little bit.
Yeah, and the other caveat. Yeah, but whatever, at the end of the change, the gazebo is 6 inches off the rear yard. And then there are one, two, so this gazebo, the two decks, the gazebo, Christina, I'm just giving you this. The two decks, the gazebo, the side roof entry, and the shower. None of those can be further enclosed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items.
Okay,
And they agreed to that.
all right. Do I have a second on that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Basically, you'll include the previous conditions that were done in 2010.
If any, but just also with the caveat that all open space structures remain open.
Open.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, and you'll have to recite the numbers for these two. It's because what's changing. So they have to recite the, yeah.
all right,
Recite
so
the new numbers.
415 of 2026, Inwood, Mesivta or Hatorah. That's the one with the trailers, right?
Yeah.
Maintaining extending actually an extension of the original grant, even though there are different tenants. All right,
Yeah, I mean, I think we grant that
we need a,
temporarily, and I think we've bumbled through and finally ferreted out that if we grant it for the temporary period with, a process in there in case they want to stay another year to come back, then if they don't come back, when they don't come back, we have already a default situation where the building department would simply check it and that would cause the owners to have to remove the trailers unless new application is made and approved to keep them.
we'll do that in a draft decision.
Yeah.
And we need a CEQA determination.
Mm-hmm.
My uncomfortable feeling is that the owner was not present. The agent, who is the agent for the tenant, has submitted information to us that we're going to bind the owner with, but the owner was not here. And I don't know that the agent had any authority, quote unquote,
What if we
to
got
represent.
the owner's consent?
I would venture to say signed a disclosure means they consented to the application.
And I think that the other mechanism in place that we finally got to was when the other
They were
gentleman,
aware of the application, they had the ability to come in if they
when,
wanted to.
and when the other gentleman told us that the owner called him and said, we have a week to remove this, led us to get to the point where, okay, let's say but that's okay, because the fact that,
Accept it. Yeah.
okay, I give up. But the fact of the matter is, if we approve this for 1 year and it's not renewed, as long as the building department, and it appears it does, has in place, so there will be no permit. Once that permit expires, there will not be one in place. So when the building department goes out and says, there are 2 trailers here and you don't have a permit for them, you need to remove them or legalize them. Then the owner of the property will have no choice but to remove or legalize the items on its property. And I think that ends up making it work. Combined with, no, it's not perfect, but if you have structures, if you have a permit that expires, when that permit expires by operation of law, and there's not another one, and the building department comes out and says, you don't have a permit for that, you must remove them, or you better start the process of legalizing.
Yes.
I think that we should grant it for a year. I agree with Katora that it needs to be a mechanism.
I want to see a draft decision on this one.
No, but I'm just giving my opinion.
Okay.
And it could be a draft opinion, it's decision, but it's hard to get somebody to like if they don't remove the trail, they automatically default. I don't think it works that way.
It does. Exactly what happens. You've got it for a year. If you don't renew it, technically, you're in default.
Correct, you're in default, and I think the issue, though, is how do you enforce
That's
that?
my point. In other words,
Well-
technically you're in default, but technically
They are in default,
Yeah, it's
and
always-
they have to remove it, and
right.
it's the owner's obligation.
Yeah. And enforcement is something that we have no control over.
Whoever the fuck put it there.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right.
Right.
What's somebody going to do about it?
John, your first statement was we should get an affidavit from the owner? Is that what?
Why can we not do that?
We can certainly request it.
Simplifies matters, I would think.
And then I would be,
Consent.
then I would be very comfortable with that.
Okay. Well, we'll attempt to do that.
Or just a letter saying he consents.
No,
Yeah.
we need the
Sure.
affidavit.
All right.
They can get it notarized.
Next case, 463 of 2000, 463 of 10. Oceanside. Oh, this is another one. This is the fellow who changed his name. Irvin, Colin Drew, and Florin Sicoli. Sounds like they're not married. Mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known, the property address 3401 5th Street. We got all the weird ones today, right? Today was the day for weird ones.
We did have strange cases. When have you ever had a name change case?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Does the person in the other unit have to be an owner too?
I don't believe so.
No, only one.
Correct.
All right, so any comments from the board? If not, can I have a motion?
Okay.
Please.
I move case 463 of 10 Oceanside, located at 3401 5th Street, be approved as requested.
Usual mother-daughter conditions? Of course. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Cases 340 of 2026, coupled with 1189 of 2026, Carlos Ruiz, Levittown property. Variances, lot area occupied, front yard average setback, side yard aggregate, construct additions and portico, all attached to dwelling. Also, special exception to maintain a shed higher than permitted, and with lot area occupied variance. Property, both properties, same address, 43 Clay Lane in Levittown. Do I have any comments? If not, do I have, other than the portico is to remain open?
And the breezeway, yeah.
And the breezeway. Do I have a motion?
I would just move, Mr. Chairman, the cases 340 and 1189, both of 2026, affecting the same property, 43 Clay Lane in Levittown, be approved as requested with the condition that both the breezeway and the portico remain open for all time.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, any administrative?
Yes. No. I do invite reserve. Do I have any updates?
Let's do the reserves, if you have any updates.
So with respect to the two
Hold
that are
it.
on reserve for height variances, we have reached out, our office has reached out to the architect of record to seek the name and last known address of the contractors who performed the work at both of those respective houses.
And what do we have?
We're waiting.
So I heard from Mr. Flom on cases 207 through 210. I'm still waiting to hear from Mr. Savaldi on case 112.
Oh, did Flam provide us with the names and address?
He did provide us with the name and address.
Who's the contract?
I believe it was J and J Green Construction. I have it printed out. I have the information. But again, you'll recall that the testimony was that I believe at least one of them, I'd have to refresh my recollection, but one of them is no longer in business. But at least we have the name and correct.
All right,
and
then we'll
last
find out.
I'm sure as Secretary of
Then
State
we'll find out.
Mr. J's operating under a different name.
We'll find out which, and then we'll address the issue
What
of
was
the
the other case
contractors.
number?
So the two,
I know the
112, and then the first one from April 22nd, 207 through 210, page 1.
I got the, wait, I have 112. Where's the other one?
207 through 210.
Okay, so the next update that I have is with respect to cases 113 and 114 on page 2. I spoke to the attorney yesterday. They are almost done amending their plans. They've reduced the length of the house. You'll recall it was about 90 feet. They've reduced that.
To 87.
And the calculation of the house itself, not including the open structures, is down to about 27.8% lot area occupied. So we're just waiting for those finalized plans and a re-review from the plans examiner. So we should have an update very soon.
Anything else on that?
I do have an update with respect to case 243 of 26. That's page 2. You'll recall the building department went out and they inspected the premises. And they only found that they did not find any evidence of an illegal occupancy going on. There were no violations to be found.
All right.
So I do
Somebody
have the inspection report.
like to make a motion on that case then?
Okay, I move case 243 of 26, Franklin Square, located at 1007 Fenworth Boulevard, be approved as requested with mother-daughter conditions.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So with cases 316 through 318, I am working on a draft decision.
Okay.
So I apologize, I'm not done yet. I believe I'll double check. I believe we did receive the updated plans on cases 341 and 342, right, Patrick? Where that was the subdivision where they had to deal with the driveway, move the porch back, and get rid of the side door. You recall that?
At the common driveway.
So I'm sorry, I'll double check. It's been a week. It's been a week. So on
I looked at that.
case 340, so page 4, 345 of 26. They were uploaded, correct? So if you guys would like, I can print them out and show them to you in the afternoon. I apologize, I should have done that.
I just don't know if we have confirmation.
Okay.
We'll check with Vinny.
We'll double check, yeah.
Okay.
You can have Vinny take a quick look. You were dealing right with case 345 of 26, about the amended plans. You'll recall that was that
Sign.
that sign.
Yeah.
So they did amend the sign a bit. They reduced the height, but plans for you folks.
I mean, it was such a large and awkward situation, I felt.
We granted a sign
That's the
probably
one right on the
quarter
corner,
mile.
right? Wasn't that the one right on the corner?
In April.
Big ugly.
It's like in that little
No, I agree.
spit of land in this giant.
Yeah, that was the one.
But I think, right, wasn't it?
I have like below it.
I didn't think it was because of the flow of traffic where it is. It's not impeding anybody coming in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like traffic. Chris, was there a third plan?
I don't know. Remember he said where he reduced the visibility, which was a problem.
There were several signs. This one was granted by us in April.
Can I see where it is?
I don't think I have that.
This is the original.
Yeah, because that one, see, this is like in a big park.
Yeah.
I felt like,
These are also others.
yeah, but I
It's
just
on-
felt
it's
like
on
that
Merrick Road.
location. It just seemed, I have to look at it again, but if I recall correctly, it was sort of like, here's this little parking lot.
No, you're right. Is my boy.
Oh, yeah, is that his wife?
Fiance. Perhaps soon to be a wife.
Well, if he's a fiance.
They went and got a marriage license, but I don't know.
Well, if it's a fiance, then they must be soon to be a wife.
I hope so.
That one will
How tall
present in the
is he?
afternoon because they
6'2".
submitted 3 sets of plans, and the third one we don't have. Those.
Oh, the headlines. That's the way it was.
It do be.
That's a request for the afternoon. Or turn it off.
We can deal with 356 through 359, right?
There's another sign right on the corner, Katora.
Yeah. I have to look at it. I feel
As long
like
as
one
it's
of my issues was
as long as
below.
it's as long as they maintain a 7'6" or whatever it is required on the below.
I should like it just because you're not bitching about it.
Yes.
We're okay to decide that one. Okay.
Which one?
So,
last
you'll
one.
recall, 356 through 359 and 26, that was the issue where there was potentially, there was a miscalculation of the accessory structures, and the plans examiner that was in here thought it was an improper denial. It turns out that it was the correct denial, but it was the improper accessory structure number.
So we thought it needed less relief. It was denied with more relief. We thought it needed less, and we discovered it needed more,
It needs what it was denied for, correct?
which is more. So what did we do? We didn't dismiss?
We didn't dismiss anything, we didn't amend the caption or anything officially, we just made mention of it. So how it is captioned now, the original denial is correct.
And did we have any other issue with it? It
Well,
looks
it
like
was
Joe
secret
wanted to
residence.
inspect it.
I did.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Have a nice holiday.
Why don't you make a motion?
And then obviously the pergola to remain open, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I move the case 356 to 359 in Merrick, Salvador Petrodalo, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
430.
433 Hewlett Avenue in Merrick be granted as requested, and the pergola shall remain open on all 4 sides, and whatever other
Second.
structures are open.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
Wait, Christina.
Yes.
But it does say amend caption for number of accessory structures. Maybe we
Correct.
Still need to do
It
that.
was.
No, we'll handle that, I got you.
Everything on the reserve.
That's my little boy.
Yes, I have 2 administratives.
Man, he looks like my son when he was little.
Really? I had nothing to do with it.
So, I have 2
That's
administrative
you, Joe?
review
Yeah.
cases. Okay,
Look at Joe.
that's awesome.
Look at Joe.
That's awesome.
Wow.
It's so different.
Okay,
I got worse.
No, it's just
So-
a very good picture.
you guys will recall quite a while ago, it was a mother-daughter.
That's adorable.
And it was a mother-daughter case, it needed additional relief for
See?
a wood deck and second story.
Other areas.
Correct.
Well, he's
other
going to be
area
50
variances.
next week, so
And the board denied the deck, right?
I like it.
And granted everything else, some with conditions that open space remain open, because the deck wound up giving it a pretty significant lot area occupied. So again, it was variance, it's case
60 of 25, it was for lot area occupied, side yards aggregate, rear yard, construct two-story addition, second-story addition, wood deck and portico, all attached to the dwelling in excess of 50%. It's in a flood zone, it does comply with FEMA and everything. Apparently during the construction, it was uncovered that a significant amount of the foundation needed to be replaced, and so they're only keeping one foundation wall. So it's essentially a new construct.
But it was already over 50.
But, correct, but the plans examiner, since there were minor modifications to the plans, it went a little higher, doesn't trigger a height variance or anything like that. She wanted just the board to,
opine.
correct, because would the board think of this case differently, because it's basically a new construct now?
No, I don't think so.
Perfect, so.
It's the same footprint and.
Same footprint.
Yeah, no.
Correct, but.
Mark, you okay
No
with that?
additional relief,
Correct.
same footprint.
Correct.
They may have made
Correct.
other little changes, but
Correct, perfect, I will update that accordingly. The other one we have is, okay, so there
I wanted to
was
defer to him.
another case for administrative review that was kicked down to us. So, the board granted relief for a garage that was very close to the property line.
what town?
This is in.
Hempstead town. I just said Hempstead.
I'm sorry, it is in Merrick. So the relief sought were variances, lot area occupied, side yard, rear yard, and it was to maintain a detached garage. So.
And now?
An apartment
I'll show
above.
this to you. No, thankfully not. So the plans that were presented to the
With a
board.
second story and a basement?
Negative.
And a mother daughter?
The plans that were presented to the board showed the garage as being set back 1.33 feet from the rear property line. The final survey shows that it's only 0.6 feet.
Wow.
And there are other.
Was there opposition?
No, there was.
Are there gutters?
I mean, I
And it's
think
already built.
it's correct, it was to maintain.
You can put
But
gutters.
there were discrepancies.
Wait, what was the, if it was already built?
I don't know how you have the issue. I guess maybe.
No, I mean, if it was already built, how did the survey that we got,
And
and
this
how
is
did
the
they
final
figure out the
survey.
new?
Who knows if this was
Wait.
based on.
But wait, if you get if I get a survey, I don't know the answer. If I go, I say, oh, I want to build a garage, I have a guy come in, do a survey. And I have the architect draw my garage on it and say, okay, then I build the garage, I call the building department to come and look at it. I don't get another survey, do I? No.
It's at the
Then how did I
discretion of the
discover-
building department.
How did I have two surveys?
It's the discretion of the building department.
No, but how did I end up with one survey that said it was,
Well,
I got I did a
No.
survey before I came to zoning,
Unfortunately,
right?
we can't ask
What was
Rugu
also kind of
Lepan.
strange, what we found.
You know the
was
story with
that
him?
I'm not being
He
sarcastic.
was
I'm
a
not-
licensed surveyor.
Reported one of the cases
Got-
to us.
I move that we close the morning session and resume at 2 PM for the afternoon session.